You've made it to the final step. Now, in this lesson, we're going to add some lighting to the painting. Let's do this.
Well done for making it to the final step of your digital background painting. You made it! Your painting is probably looking near finished, so adding that final lighting pass will bring it all together. Just like the thumbnails, we have already planned what the final lighting is going to look like, so we're going to start using those layers that we did in the thumbnails and then just add it onto the final painting. These layers are to only enhance the painting itself. You already want to get your painting looking as close as possible during the detailed stage. I try not to overuse these layers. I just want these to add those little types of details that I don't feel like I've quite been able to do so in the detail stage. So using those blend layer effects, you can light up our painting. So to recap, in our thumbnail stage, we use the overlay layer to add light, which is here. You can see it light up on our thumbnail. And then we use the multiply layer to add some extra shadow or add some of that contrast back in to the painting. There's also other blend modes that you can actually try and play around. Sometimes I've been able to use color dodge. Overlay is often used to create a soft glow, but color dodge saturates it and adds like an intense glow to the colors as well. This step, again, is going to be pretty straightforward. Since we've done all our planning in our thumbnails, we can just copy what we have from the thumbnail onto the final painting. I'm actually just going to add the whole entire lighting layer over the top of everything else. So here I already have a folder for it, the blank layer. Let's start with the shadows, and we can start doing it with the multiply layer. We can reference back to the thumbnail itself, set it to normal, and sample to color. That is eventually going to be what it will look like on the multiply layer. So again, I'm going to use the lasso tool and my trusty gradient tool or fill tool just to add all the colors in. You don't have to completely copy 100% colors that you have on the thumbnail. You can adjust them as you go, just so it looks good in the final painting. For little details, I'm just going to use the hard brush. I'm also erasing away the parts where I don't think this shadow needs to affect it. Also take the time during this process to just add and subtract darks and lights. I don't want to go too over the top. You can also lower the opacity and use the soft brush to create softer transitions of shadows. You can always go back to your references and double check how lighting at a certain time of day affects your background. Don't forget to check where your lighting source is coming from. It's easy to just put shadows anywhere, but if you aren't really sure where the sun is coming, you can draw arrows to keep reference, or look at more reference and see what it looks like when objects are being lit with the sun on the left or from the top. We want to try and make this as believable as possible. And there you have it. This is going to be my shadow pass. And of course, there are a few things that I feel like that are still going to be added, but I'm just going to keep working on it as I go on. And now it's time to add the final lighting pass. I'm going to create a new layer within that group and then change it to overlay. We can go back to our thumbnail and switch it over the normal layer, and then we can sample the color there. That will affect the light layer. Again, with the light layer, I don't feel like I need to add too much to it. Again, I'm using this opportunity to just push and pull the things that were lost within that process, adding shadows, or things that I feel like during my detail stage that could have been brightened up a little bit more. You can also go back and forth to your shadow layer to just take out anything that just doesn't work. That's it. Your painting is done. This step may look simple, but it is a great time for you to add some last bits and pieces to tie the background together. So don't be afraid to continue to make adjustments, but you don't go too overboard with the blending modes. You still want to keep the colors you have painted in your piece, but only the lighting layers are there to enhance it. When you are done, you can finally step back and enjoy your piece. Again, be patient with yourself and enjoy and have a lot of fun. Now you can start painting your own background painting.
That's it! Your painting is done! If this is your first time taking the course, congratulations! You can now paint your own designs. In the next lesson, we're going to review the steps to their final project.